Hello and welcome! Silrace here with Mechwarrior Online, and it has been a long time since I last played this game. Background footage, Mechwarrior Online as well. I'm not going to talk about the background footage, however. I'm going to talk about the game itself, how I feel now. I have played it for about, well, quite a few hours within the last 5 or so days. So let's first mention why I took a long break. Because I disliked the way their business model started going, and the things happening for the game anyways, because it was like, I stopped playing just before clans arrived, alright? So it went like this, essentially. Here are some mechs, would you like to buy them? And all those things we will promise to actually add to the game, like faction warfare, all that stuff, they are on hold. Would you like to buy some more mechs? And I still do not agree with the business model where mechs come out, or mech chassis, new mechs, essentially new battle mechs, come out first in such a way that you can only buy them for real money, and then 2 weeks to a month later they come for sale for in-game credits. They should all come to sale for the both currencies right away. That would be much better in my honest opinion. However, lately they have actually started really fixing the game, or at least some parts of it. There have been nerfs to the things which have annoyed people, there have been some buffs across the board, there was this Inner Spheres quirk addition to all the variants of the mechs to make them more playable and all that stuff, which is really nice and nifty. That stuff needed to happen a long time ago if you wanted to keep this game intact, because the player base has plummeted quite a lot in numbers, and if you happen to play at odd hours where, you know, most people are not online or something, then finding a game can be a bit of a pain. At least it now shows percentages of like how many light mechs there are, how many medium, heavy and low salt mechs there are in the queue at the time you are queuing, so you can maybe pick a weight class which might fit into it. Problem with that comes for new players who, wait, I want to play this mech, and they only have one mech to play, and then they realize that the one type of mech they are playing fits into the category with 50% of it being in the queue already. Anyway, so game has gotten some bit better, but let's talk about a couple really annoying issues. Firstly, the mech lab which you use to build your mech loadouts, so just fiddle around with all the weapons and armors and all that stuff, is still complete another garbage. It has been redone from way back when as well. It's entirely redone. It looks better maybe. It depends on how you consider it. Personally, I think it looks as silly as before, but because I want very simplistic model where I can swap stuff in rapidly. And so there is a very nice online builder for that. I will link it in the description below. Thanks to those guys for making it and keeping it up. It is much easier to build anything there and then do the same damn thing in the game quickly after, once you have finished fiddling around with it to your heart's content on a web browser, because the in-game system does not work for actually fiddling out with stuff very well at all. Also, they removed the mech carousel from the bottom for actually rapidly selecting your mech. You know, the way World of Tanks or War Thunder does it with the planes, tanks and whatnot in a nice carousel at the bottom, which you can, like, you know, scroll through to just select the plane, tank or whatever you want to fly into or drive into the game with. That is gone. It's like, wait, what? Who thought this was a good idea? Now I have to actually like go elsewhere first to select a mech I want to play and then click the play button, instead of having my mechs in a neat row at the bottom of the screen. Some design decisions are very weird here. New player experience, complete and utterly bad still. The tutorial is adequate at best. It does its job of explaining some of the very basics, but it still doesn't get, you know, new players to the point where they won't get absolutely pasted in the first like games they play because they have no clue at all. And also, if any new player who wants to pick this game up, because it is a free-to-play game, only time you lose is when you download instant play for a few hours to figure out if it's for you. It's more of a simulator than arcade. However, any new players who happen to pick this up, don't pick the biggest chassis of a mech you can pilot. It will probably get you killed more than playing something smaller, which actually has mobility and allows you to get away from bad situations. Because big mechs are typically slower. The more it weighs, the slower it moves, and that means you can do less maneuvering mistakes. So if you get yourself a bit out of position, it is very difficult to get out of that position again before you are absolutely destroyed by the enemies. So yeah, most of this game is these days played by people who have been playing it for a long time. I don't really see absolute newbies, but oh well. Maybe there are some people who are picking it up, but I keep coming across the same names over the last 5 or so days. Like I said, keep coming across the same names multiple times. And another big issue for this game, maybe the biggest issue, because I was playing this with a friend a whole many hours, and it is the group queue. Because as soon as you pick up a single person even into your party and you queue for games, you are put into the group queue instead of the solo queue, where everyone who plays in the solo queue comes in solo, right? Whereas people playing in the group queue can come in from anywhere from 2 to 12. And that typically means that you end up running into 4 to 8 man teams. All of them on voice comms and whatnot, and so when your team happens to be nothing like 6 different 2-man teams or whatnot, and the other team has like 10 guys on the same voice comm, then you are going to get owned. Often. A lot. Every single game maybe. Of the evening, depending on what kind of an evening it is, or what kind of night or morning, whatever, whenever you happen to be playing. You get my point. So the group queue is bad, okay? So if you wanna play this game for fun with a friend and you are both new to the game, do not group up. That is the most horrifying thing I can say to anyone who happens to want to play a game with a friend and you are both new to the game and you want to just play, you know, for fun and to learn the game. Do not team up. You both drop in solo. So that is just something ridiculous. Anyway, good things. Are there any good things? Well, there's been balancing, quite a number of balancing things going on, which is nice. Okay? So some inner sphere mechs are now almost better than some of the clan mechs, and clan mechs are still, well, it depends a little. For example, inner sphere light mechs tend to be better than the clan light mechs, because clan light mechs cannot change their engines around. So you have clan light mechs running around at 100 kilometers an hour or around there, where you have inner sphere mechs running around at 150 plus kilometers an hour. So they can, you know, fit around the battlefield much better, whereas the clan mechs are more of a team support clan mechs, light mechs. That is talking about the light mechs only. On the heavy and assault side of things are much more even, and in many cases the Direwolf is said to be better than the Atlases. That's debatable, I guess, and depends on what you want to do with the mechs, but as I said, balancing is getting better, so that is at least something nice. Makes the game worth playing again, because balancing is getting better. And maybe in due time the game will be more balanced and we will not have quite so many issues with some of the things. Faction warfare is still not in, so choosing your faction, whether it be clans or inner sphere, and whichever faction between them, Clan Wolf, Clan, you know, Ghost Bear, or House Leo, House whatever else, Steiner, and all the other things you want to back, does not matter still. It's been a long time since that was even talked about, so we shall see if that is ever implemented. But they are selling more mechs to us still. I guess that's positive. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. This was my current thoughts of the game at the moment. Quickly summing it up, I still enjoyed my time for the most part, but if you want to enjoy your time a lot in this game, do not drop in small groups, alright? You want to get at least 4 guys together and then drop in a group. And if you are a brand new player who wants to try this out, by all means go ahead and try it out. And it's not necessarily a bad game and you can try it out for free. However, notice what I said about the group queue. Drop in solo first to get a feel for the mechs and whatnot. Thank you very much for watching. I will make at least one more video because I want to talk about the maps specifically. And that, because I feel that is the biggest issue with the game, and I'm gonna talk about them. And you can probably find that video right after this one on my channel, because I will be uploading them one after the other. Maybe if you are watching this right now, you might not, you know, see the other one in the list still. Anyway, before I ramble on even more, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you folks in another video another time. Oh yeah, I will let the footage run to the end in case you are interested in watching the rest of it.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Missile. Right arm destroyed. Center torso critical damage. Left arm destroyed. Medium laser destroyed. Medium pulse laser destroyed.